going again. There we are.
No, I did it when I
It's
first
only 5:33. My understanding was that you were gonna make the changes you wanted.
I just missed 2, so I'm just typing them.
Oh, okay, and I was anticipating it being uploaded, and we copy and paste and
Got it.
all sorts, unless you're doing it to the actual draft.
I'm doing it to the draft.
Oh, perfect.
Yep, I'm
Okay.
trying to make your life easy.
Oh, amazing. Let's see here. So if I pull up, which
So
was it policy 4210?
We're in P. We got through all the rest of them.
Okay,
except
so
for
it's the P.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so didn't we stop somewhere?
We did, the last page with blue on it, I think was our stopping point.
Nope, my highlight.
Mhm.
That's where
Okay.
we were. Okay, so.
So all of my changes are in the light purple.
Okay. Do we want to just shout out, read through where we're at right now?
That would be helpful.
Okay. Priorities for use. Facilities are available for community use according to the priorities established by the Board of Trustees and outlined in this procedure. District functions and activities shall have priority over community requests for facilities, whether scheduled in advance or not. Community groups, entities, persons, this should just be a red G. Community groups, persons, or associations requesting the use of school facilities are categorized with a priority for use listed below. Regardless of category, all groups and organizations may be subject to custodial service fees and or opening and closing building fees and or field lighting fees and or building access keys. Additionally, all groups and organizations holding tournaments will be charged. Non-fee categories. Governmental entities with whom the district has entered into a written contract known as a memorandum of understanding. School-related groups and organizations within the district that have organized for the purpose of promoting schools and conducting activities that directly benefit the students of the district. Examples: PTA, PTO, PTU, PTG, booster clubs, etc. Chartered youth groups with more than 50%, Lakeland Joint School District students. Examples: Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Campfire Girls, 4-H youth commissions, youth sports groups, etc. A participant roster must be submitted for verification. Youth athletic teams with more than 50% Lakeland Joint School District students. A player roster must be submitted. Fee categories include governmental agencies with whom the district has not entered into an MOU.
Yes, you referred to that.
Governmental, okay. University, colleges, community education classes and activities, evening degree programs, etc. Youth athletic teams with less than 50% Lakeland Joint School District students. AAU teams, club sports teams, out of district park and recreational teams. Adult recreational clubs and teams, and community organization groups and civic service organizations for activities that directly benefit the schools, district students and or community. Neighborhood groups, citizen concern groups, political caucuses, Rotary Club, Lions Club, Kiwanis Community Development Group, community fundraisers, etc., other nonprofit groups or organizations, non-district fee-based events, sports, recitals, lectures, sports, and why do we have sports in there twice? Sports, recitals, lectures,
non-district based.
sports, and musical entertainment. So
I
let's
don't know
just
why I couldn't
take that out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Profit-making activities, financial seminars, sales organization meetings, club sporting events or tournaments, adult tournaments or events, etc. All other groups not listed above. General guidelines. Approval of the use of facilities must be obtained from the district office. No facility use agreement may extend beyond the current fiscal year. The fiscal year begins the first day of July and ends the last day of June. any person or group other than governmental entities with whom the district has entered into an MOU must complete a facility use agreement before using any of the district's facilities. Forms are available on the district website at, there we go, there are no exceptions to this application process. All fees, including a key deposit if applicable, must be submitted before the application will be approved. Payments must be made no less than 10 business days prior to rental. What?
Is that a typo then? Does that say then?
Than.
Okay, sorry, I just misread it.
If additional charges are levied by the school or district, they are due within 10 business days of being invoiced. For groups renting on an ongoing basis, payment for the first month is due within 10 business days for the first month of use and monthly in advance of the use thereafter. All applicants for use of school facilities shall indemnify, defend, and hold harmless the district, its board, employees, and agents from any and all loss, damage, liability, or expense arising from or related to the use or occupancy of district facilities. In the event that property loss or damage is incurred during such use or occupancy, the amount of damage will be determined by the district, and the bill for damages will be presented to the group using or occupying the facility during the time the loss or damage occurred.
And that's where we left off.
This is where we left off.
Thank
And
you for
the-
catching me up.
Yeah, the rest of the stuff that I did was all kind of just cleaning up the language from a legal perspective to make it a little bit more easy to interpret.
Okay.
So that's mainly the things that were a little bit open to interpretation. We tried to clean it up and tighten it up a little.
Okay. So applicant shall provide a policy of public liability insurance for personal injury and or property damage with the district named as an additional insured in the amount of not less than $1 million aggregate. The board reserves the right to require increased insurance coverage based on the facility use request. Keys and or key cards with codes to buildings and locked fields may be issued when applicable. Prior to the issuance of any key card, the district must receive the payment of a refundable deposit and issue a key receipt. Keys and key cards must be returned by the date specified on the key receipt, but not less than 10 days after the last scheduled facility usage. Any costs or to change locks for the loss of a key may be assessed and billed to the applicant. Insofar as is practical, all meetings shall end in sufficient time to clear the building by the time established by the district. Sufficient time to clear the building by the time established by the district. That just sounds weird. In the event, if the event goes beyond the time designated facility use agreement, additional charges shall apply. In the event a conflict should develop between a school function and a rental request, the district reserves the right to cancel the rental reservation by giving notice of cancellation to the applicant. The district may cancel a facility reservation due to school needs, emergencies, weather conditions, safety concerns, or other operational requirements including up to the day of the event. Okay, so
We've had a lot of questions as to what constitutes why we can cancel something, so we are trying to be very specific in that regards. It's still broad, but providing some specific examples, because we have had to cancel events the day of and have received quite a bit of pushback. So just trying to outline.
No, that's fine. We have, this is what drives me silly. Rental request, rental reservation, and facility reservation.
Right.
So let's give it one thing. So school function and a rental, let's make this reservation. I like that word better. The district reserves the right to cancel the rental reservation by giving notice of cancellation to the applicant. The district may cancel a rental reservation due to school needs, emergencies, weather conditions, safety concerns, or other operational requirements, including up to the day of the event.
Should it read up
Just-
to and including the day of the
Yeah,
event?
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
doing either way.
But are all the reservations rental?
Well,
Or does this just apply to the ones where
They're all considered a rental,
Okay.
even if there's not a fee
Okay.
associated with it, they're all a
Okay.
facility use rental.
okay, I'm curious.
Because the rental term was not used earlier. What's I must have-
Okay, so we don't introduce rental until fees over here per to the
Mhm.
rental. Oh, for use of facilities, no facility use agreement, okay.
In-house, I mean, we typically refer to them as facility use requests, so I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but that's how we talk about it with people, as a facility use request.
Okay, so,
But from your end, your term is rental.
Facility use is fine, we could.
So I would just, we're using two different terms to say the same thing.
facility, okay.
Well, and I
so-
think the form
And
that
it
you
is
fill out
facility
also
use.
says facility use.
Facility use, and so they
requests
change it to to
instead of-
rental, all of a sudden just seems a little, it's like, oh, well, we're not really renting it. Especially if there's no fee,
Mm-hmm.
but you're reserving the facility use, I think that's clearer.
Okay.
Facility use reservation.
Mhm.
Well, what if, let's see here. So in the event a conflict should develop between a school function and a facility use reservation,
Mhm.
the district reserves the right to cancel the
Facility use reservation.
having a moment. What am I gonna do? What
There
am I
you
gonna
go.
do? Cancel the facility use reservation by giving notice of cancellation to the applicant. The district may cancel a facility use reservation due to school needs, emergencies, weather, safety, or other operational requirements, including up to the day of the event. This statement
Just-
right here is just a random statement. Basically, we've got two things going on. We're telling them what we can cancel for and when we can cancel it.
Mhm.
But to me, that's not fluid, I
Maybe
I
guess.
it's two,
think
maybe
it's
two
just-
different sentences.
But they're both under the umbrella of in the event a conflict should develop.
Mhm. And just make it a separate sentence rather than including it in that.
Okay. Cancel it.
Cancellations can be made.
Well, we can
Up
just,
to.
we can just undo the strike that I had up there, so cancellation by the district can occur up to the day of the reservation.
Yeah.
So you could just add, instead of including up to the day of the event, just hit.
We would just move that down.
Move that down,
Mhm.
unstrike it, and then we can say instead of or other operational requirements, say and other operational requirements, period, and then add that piece. So move that
Okay,
to,
so I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So take that,
take that,
delete that,
yeah,
and
and then go back and make the or
And cancellation by the district.
what?
Safety concerns and other operational requirements. Or, I mean, and or, I don't know, whatever you guys want.
Yeah, I think that reads fine.
Yeah, so the district may cancel a facility use reservation due to school needs, emergencies, weather conditions, safety concerns, and or other operational requirements.
I end up with, let me see that.
What about other operational, needs or necessities or
Considerations.
Yeah.
considerations?
I'm fine with any. You're just trying to provide a justification as to why you would cancel. We do get pushback.
It is helpful, thinking of the winter day.
Considerations.
I've
Yeah.
canceled quite a few on the
We
winter
had to
day.
cancel a ton of
Yeah.
stuff. And they're like, well, it's not windy now, but it's still not necessarily safe.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Cancellations by the district can occur up to the day of the reservation. Any deposit made or funds received will be refunded,
I would like to say as appropriate.
like I am, so that's fine.
The only thing I think we might add to that, any deposit made or funds received will be refunded. I can't think of a reason why we would keep anything, but do we need to say as
I mean,
appropriate or something, just in case
Well,
they don't return their keys or
yeah,
something
right
like that?
above, we just talked about the keys.
Right, so I just,
But I think it's
Don't we want
covered in
there?
the section
Yeah.
above with that. Cause I think if you added it to that paragraph, people would feel like, okay, you just canceled on me, so I'm not gonna get my deposit
Right.
back. Like,
Right, so I would think, you know, they're knowing they're getting their money back, but if they haven't received it, and they call, and you're like, we didn't get our
We
keys
still have our
back,
keys
back.
so
Yeah.
we can do a swampsy.
yeah, exactly.
Or just even add, as long as all other previous requirements have been met,
Sure.
like keys returned.
I almost think it would be redundant.
It, you know, it is.
It
but-
is. So we're letting them know we're gonna give you your money back. We don't have a
Mhm.
time parameter on there, meaning it won't be like in 5 days or 10 days.
Right.
But the reality is, I think if I've made a deposit and you gave me a key and I'm like, where's my money? You have the right to come back and say, well, where's our key? Because you
Exactly,
need to
yeah.
give that back,
Yep.
so.
You can also, you could change the order of that so that, the insofar paragraph follows this one and there it's covered.
Oh, I get what you're saying,
Oh,
so
yeah.
move this one.
Yeah.
Unless there's some reason for it to be in that order.
I don't know.
There, then it totally, money will be refunded. However, government return to keys.
So did you mean
No,
the
this
key?
is, I think this is the wrong one.
The
because
key
this is
paragraph
the-
should go below?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
that- oh, I'm sorry.
I'm like,
I
wait
was
a minute,
thinking
that's
that
about
was
the
keys.
time of the event,
Mhm.
okay,
Okay.
so,
Where's the one that talks about keys?
I was
okay.
trying
Yeah,
really
just
hard
right
to tie
above.
that
There it
together.
is.
Mhm.
Okay, so,
Maybe
but that's
not.
about
That-
the
that
weed
changes the order.
issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be good.
okay. Renting organizations may cancel a contracted facility use application.
I would say with the.
Is that what we're, oh, they are applicants.
Yeah.
Facility use agreement.
Yeah.
Vacation.
Yes, on applications agreement.
Okay. Well, we're using agreement and application
Yeah, I-
interchangeably.
Yeah, I would just keep it to agreement, cause they're not, the applicant applies for the agreement,
Right.
but it's not a.
Well, okay.
This
let's
is,
just
at
go
this
back
point,
to where
they've
we
gotten
were.
the agreement,
Right.
and so it's no longer an application.
Well, and didn't everything just change
Because it says
anyway,
it's,
so
it's a
even an
contracted,
application?
you can't have a contracted application.
So, Operating organizations may cancel a contracted facility use agreement by written notice of cancellation delivered to the district office no less than 48 hours in advance of beginning time. If unable to occupy with the 48-hour notice, all deposits and fees shall not be refunded.
Can we take out contracted?
Yeah. Okay. So we expect them to give us 48 hours, but we can do up to the event.
Cause we can rebook that space potentially.
Mhm.
If it's a sports team and I've got.
Right, but if we
waiting list.
cancel on them at the last minute,
I
they're
know.
SOL. So that's just,
Yeah, no, I understand completely.
yeah, okay.
But they have to understand, I mean, most of them are using facilities totally, it's,
A lot of them get it
Yeah.
for free.
yeah, there's very minimal, cost to them to use facilities.
If any.
Yeah, if any.
Yeah.
And we
Exactly.
rarely cancel on people.
Yeah, it's a.
Yeah,
deal
it's
breaker.
just that
Very
it's,
seldom.
it happens.
Yeah.
It's mainly those last minute ones are weather related or
Mhm.
like.
We canceled
We can't
school.
have you on the softball fields
Yeah.
because it got, the
Flooded.
sprinkler was left on overnight and we
Right.
can't use it 'cause
Yeah.
we damaged it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
things like that, things that
Yeah.
are kinda out of our control.
Right.
Otherwise, we don't typically cancel facility use on people.
Okay. If a group does not show for facility,
For facility use.
the district reserves the option of canceling future facility use agreements for that group. In addition, any costs incurred by the district upon a late cancellation or no-show of a confirmed use must be paid by the applicant. Okay. During peak gymnasium use months, which are all 12 of them, gym
Anymore.
rentals may be limited for category 2, okay, may be limited. May be limited as it is the intention to provide gym time okay, so may be limited, so be for fee categories, as it is the intention to provide gym time to as many
Applicants.
So you're saying that we wouldn't allow as many paying clubs? Is that what you mean?
that's what I
Who
took
are
it to be.
we prioritizing there?
Because we're prioritizing what we were prioritizing before was Park and Rec. But what we did was we went from non-fee categories to fee categories because it just seemed to make more sense.
Mhm.
Because the fees didn't necessarily change just where you fell on the category line.
Sure.
So we brought more, because category 2 wasn't feed either. And so it's just no fee categories and fee categories. So the no fee categories are the ones that benefit or should be benefiting the district
Mm.
the most.
I understand.
The
So
non-
those will all run together.
Right,
In that, okay.
right,
Gotcha.
yes. So this should
you
really
need
be
to
2, 3,
renum-
4.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to renumber
Okay.
that.
Is that a, whoopsies.
Ooh.
Look at what I did. Yeah, that is a thing. I don't know how to make them renumber here.
We're gonna have to fix that all the way through, cause even like
Because-
the G's
There we
and
go.
stuff
Yeah,
like
it
that
doesn't
is
work.
weird.
Perfect.
It was quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see what you did. Oh, well.
Well, I won't find it again,
That's okay.
so
I don't
we'll
need to
search
know
together.
anymore.
So what we're saying down
Okay.
here is that during peak gymnasium use, okay, may be limited for fee categories, as it is the intention to provide gym time to as many, I think this should be student focused or,
Student-focused, yeah.
what are we calling them?
Lakeland School District students focused, something along this. We've termed it up there.
School-related groups.
School,
We have school-related,
Oh, I see, okay.
we're
See,
focusing
there's
on
children.
district students. aren't
Well,
we?
not
Or
necessarily,
no?
because Boy Scouts, Girl
Okay.
Scouts, camp.
Well,
fire.
but for them to be in the non, they have to have 50% or more.
True.
Could you just say generically groups that benefit Lakeland students?
We could.
Yeah.
Or is that not specific enough? Jess, that really is a question
Mhm.
for you, I guess. We probably wanna be as specific as possible.
No, that makes sense, 'cause that helps prioritize, which is kind of what we tried to do with how we outlined everything in the categories above us, so that it could help prioritize who gets
Yeah.
used.
Who gets used first?
Mhm.
Okay.
This is not fun.
Lakeland Drive School
It,
District
yeah,
students.
it's
Very
tough
complicated,
sometimes,
yeah.
yeah.
In the first line, during peak gym.
And you just
use
can't
month,
make everybody
gym
happy, there's
rentals,
not enough gyms.
We should probably have, gym facility use
Okay.
rather than rentals, cause we've taken rentals
Oh,
out.
good call,
everywhere
girl.
else. I would say gym
Or just
facilities.
gym facilities.
Gym facilities. During
Okay.
peak gymnasium use months, gym facilities gym facilities may be limited, that way you don't have to use again.
Gym facilities may be limited for fee categories, as it is the intention to provide gym time.
Gym use again, rather than time,
Gym facilities,
or gym facilities.
Yeah, I feel like
let's
that's
just be consistent.
Cause then that puts like Lakeland groups above like maybe a Coeur d'Alene AAU team.
Right.
Yeah.
To provide gym facilities to as many groups benefiting Lakeland Joint School District students as possible. The gymnasium and all classrooms rented are subject to special rules and conditions as stated in section E.
I did get a request to take classroom space off as a potential rental, and I just said I would bring it up at this meeting, I can see both sides of it. We don't rent out personal offices, and a lot of our teachers have personal items in their classrooms, that when you have facility use in there, those items could be damaged or
Temporal,
walked off
yeah.
with.
Mhm.
And so a request that I had received from a couple buildings to maybe consider not renting classrooms during the school year. So, food for thought, it's up to this
Mhm.
team.
Do they often
Technically,
rent
it's
them?
up to the board.
Right.
The only-
But, go ahead.
The only instances I know is when we, had real life for one of the other church entities that came in and used the building while they were.
Well, except there are craft
and-
shows during the winter that utilize.
Yeah, but are those?
But they
but that's
utilize
usually-
classrooms,
Mhm.
and they set up their,
But I think that's, well, I know, like John, I think.
yeah, it's John
they-
Brown.
Well,
But I think
they don't
Twin
have,
did it
they don't have
too.
people coming in so much, do they?
Yeah.
I've never been to it.
It's
so
open
I
Yes.
don't
to the
know.
public.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
open to the
Okay.
public and the
Well, I know it's
people-
open to the public, but it's more of a,
Have you ever gone to a craft fair?
I have, but I
Okay,
haven't
that's
been to
exactly
theirs.
how it's set up.
Okay.
Where it's just vendors selling their products.
Okay.
And they utilize I mean, they have it laid out very well. I haven't been in a few years, but, I mean, they utilize the gym, they overflow into all the
Mhm.
classrooms, and, it's a very big event, and it takes the entire building. So, if we're,
I just.
And I
the-
think about other things like PTO
Mhm.
festivals and
Right,
like all
right.
of those are gonna go into classrooms. ultimately, I think what it comes down to is we need to leave the discretion to the building level.
It's, you know, because it's more of a building event.
Yeah,
Because
cause to me.
they are fostering that for.
Exactly.
Usually a fundraising.
Yep, the John Brown PTO coming in and working directly with the teachers
Mhm.
is gonna be a much different thing than an outside organization just wanting a classroom space for a financial seminar. or
True.
something.
Yeah, because
But
usually
they're-
those things, the teachers are involved in that, it's not just outside entities coming in.
And I can see it, honestly, I can see it both ways. It's one of those things that I think the building, if they were to communicate, hey, your classroom's being used tonight, make sure you
Right.
put X, Y, or Z away, you
Mhm.
know, just to give the teacher the heads up. But, I mean, it's a different, that's a fine line for me, because I can see it both ways.
No, I can
I don't wanna not
absolutely-
advocate one way or the other.
No, I hear you. I can absolutely see the teacher's perspective. I mean, it's kind of an invasion of privacy, given that that's their office. You know, I absolutely understand that. I don't know, there might be some pushback in the fact that these are taxpayer dollar owned buildings.
Which
So
is why I
don't
said
know.
I could see both
I
sides
mean,
of it, I absolutely can.
Exactly, so.
I don't dislike Jake's idea of
Putting it at the building level.
discretion,
Mhm.
but I have a feeling if we did that, those rooms just wouldn't be used.
Well, unless requested by the building specifically.
Yeah.
Again, PTO, festival.
Mhm. Well, and I
fair.
know that buildings are in tune to what their PTOs are up to, or the booster
Yeah.
club, or, you know, they know, and as far as I've always known, they're always on board. It's not that they're not, but I'm, like, if the Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or Campfire Girls wanted to rent out, 4 classrooms because they're doing some sort of a training, and we're gonna say no.
And typically with that, when the building has said, we prefer not to use the classroom, could they use the library instead? We've called that group and said, I know you asked for a classroom, but we have the library available, are you comfortable with that? And most of the time, it's a non-issue.
Mhm.
It's just, that's how we've typically worked it. So then the question came up, well, can't we just put in there that we are not using classrooms? But I don't think they're thinking broadly as far as like,
Mhm.
they don't look at their PTO as an outside entity coming in,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
But that's exactly what they are, right?
Right.
An outside entity coming in. So I don't think, I don't wanna say that they didn't make the connection, I just don't think that they thought of it globally.
Well, they don't see it as a negative because
Right.
they've adapted and they work side by side together.
Right, exactly.
And so, you know, except, I don't know, I mean, maybe some teachers' feathers have been ruffled, because I've seen some of the things the vendors have done, and I'm like, you know, this is someone's classroom, why
Right.
would you do that? But, you know, to each his own, I guess.
Can that be covered under special rules and conditions? I mean, keep the classrooms in there. And,
Well-
you know, within that, I don't know what special rules and conditions, if that's ever laid out.
I don't know where section E is.
Well, that's the thing, when
Oh,
some of
there's
this
special
got
rules.
adjusted,
Oh.
unfortunately the letters went away.
Okay,
And so I think it was we had talked at the last meeting, cause we were having trouble with the
oh, here's special
the,
rules.
the spacing of things, like the
Mhm.
letters went away at a certain point during that meeting.
So that was the
Oh,
gym.
okay.
So special rules has,
There's a whole section on gyms.
yeah, so indoor facility use, outdoor facility use, and then fees, but we could go into a classroom facility
Classrooms.
use and just maybe make some
Mhm.
recommendations at that point of what would be appropriate for classroom facility use.
And ultimately, it might be redundant that the buildings are signing off on classroom use because they sign off on all of it. Like that, the building principal signs off on all facility use agreements.
Okay.
So they're already having an opportunity, they already have an opportunity to object or ask further questions or.
Or ask
Make a
if they can move up to
suggestion,
the
yeah.
cafeteria or to the library instead.
Yeah.
Like personally, for me, I would rather have some of those activities in the cafeteria where the floor is easier to clean.
Rented.
Than have things in
Yeah.
the classroom on the carpet.
Oh.
Classrooms rented, classrooms applied for, that's it, the gymnasium and all classrooms applied for use. Actually, we did have a, let's see, You say any gymnasiums or classrooms used are subject to. Straight. Any gymnasium or classroom, straight to all as well. Any gymnasium or all classrooms.
Just keep striking.
Yeah.
So any gymnasium or classroom
Classrooms used are subject to.
would be is. Wouldn't it?
Mm.
It's a gymnasium or a classroom.
But if they're using more than one.
But that's not how the sentence reads. It's any gymnasium or classroom used.
As
I
long as
crossed
you-
out
As
the
long as you
S.
don't make them plural. then
Yeah,
it would be
right.
is.
Yeah. Oh, the S is struck, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's important.
Oh, I agree with
Mhm.
you, 'cause we were just, I'm just distracting, that's all.
You see the S
I almost
strike.
took it out.
It's okay. Yeah, like we had a gymnasium and classrooms, no. Okay, so any gymnasium or classroom used is subject to special rules and conditions as stated under special rules. And then I will just leave that highlighted so we can talk about it at the board meeting and bring up the, you know, the requests of
Mhm.
possibly not being including of classrooms.
I just don't want it to put it in there and then not be able to use it for PTO, PTU because it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
it is-
hesitate.
It's kind of a fine line.
I'd err on building discretion, something along those lines.
Absolutely.
Cause
I
we
mean-
already do that to a certain point, cause we do call the group and say, can we put you in the library
Right.
instead, so.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, timeline for application. An application must be submitted, okay, now we're back to calling it an application. An application must be submitted to the district office at least 10 business days prior to the scheduled event. Facility rentals, except seasonal rentals for gyms and athletic fields, are approved on a first come, first served basis in order of group category listed in section A, okay.
Is
So,
that true?
is it still an application though? Because you guys went to a whole new system to where now you're just getting online and you can see the calendar and you click for a reservation request. So
It's more of a
before it was an
request
actual
than-
paper application.
Right.
That's more of a
And we had to
request.
send it in, and it was like application, but now it really is a reservation request. You log in and you click on the reservations that you want on the date and time and stuff and send it
And
in.
then get a yay or nay.
So, to me, that doesn't feel like an application, it feels like a reservation request, that's,
There you go.
That's, yeah,
Say
that's
a-
interesting.
A facility use request
Have
must
you
be
done
submitted.
multiple of those this year?
I've played with it this year, but I haven't
Okay.
clicked any, like, I haven't submitted anything.
Okay, gotcha. I'd be curious if my prior statement is untrue then, about like, because it used to be that the building principal would get the physical application
Yeah, they don't.
and sign off, and so I wonder if
It's all
that's
done,
something that we need
it's
to
all done
consider.
electronically now.
They still have an approval though? Okay.
Yeah, cause I think that's what Rebecca was saying, is it comes here and then I think she checks with the building.
Okay.
So they still have the final sign off, and that's the same way Portland does it.
Okay.
That way we make sure that we're not double booking something that they maybe forgot to put on or, I
Mhm.
mean,
That never happens.
no, never.
So a facility use request must be submitted online through the district website at least 10 business days prior to the scheduled event. My question is, do we still have paper applications?
We don't have a paper application, it's all done online, 100% online, and then they have to download and complete 4210 F2 2, which is our
'Kay.
Indemnity agreement, and upload that before they can reserve anything.
So if I'm the seniors against computers and I wanna bring my group here to have a meeting.
Then they come to the district office, and Rebecca's super gracious about walking in through it the first time.
She's
Okay.
amazing.
So
And
they
then
can come here and do it online.
We teach
Okay.
them how to do it, and then our expectation.
But
is
I'm
they
already
do it.
against computers,
Right.
so, you know, it's not happening.
But,
Okay.
and I know there's a couple buildings that have helped a couple community members who have come in and they're like, I don't do computers, and so they'll sit down with them and help
Okay.
them. So we're not giant jerks about it.
No, I understand that. I just, sometimes we do have paper forms that
We
someone can fill out.
absolutely do not take paper forms on this.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So we should add another bullet that says, in addition, they should fill out the,
It's part of the instructions.
is it part of the, when they go on the
Mhm.
calendar?
So when you go
Okay.
on to the facility use, it tells you how to register for account, and then what you need to do, and then how to schedule your request.
Okay, so that's all part of that
you can't actually
request.
schedule it until you have that form
That's all
signed
part
and
of the
uploaded.
request.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you have to upload your insurance and
Yeah.
everything right there too.
So we
Okay.
make sure that we have all the ducks in a row before you can book something.
Mhm.
Which that's been so clean for us now, cause we used to have to chase people down to get insurance and stuff.
Mhm.
So now you can't schedule unless
You
you
don't get the
upload it.
calendar
Yeah.
until you
Yep.
get everything.
So it makes our life a little bit easier. Plus it's nice cause people can then see what they're looking at versus
Uh-huh.
having to be like, I think hopefully I can get this spot.
Yes,
so.
cause 2 years ago it was like, hey Rebecca, are these dates available? What about these dates? How about these times? And now you can just see,
Yeah,
Mhm.
like,
so
what's booked,
That is
so.
super
it
nice.
helps
is
the
good.
end user, it helps us, it takes
Uh-huh.
the workload off.
You have to complete so much before you get the
Yeah.
next step. Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it first come, first serve?
It's
Served.
first come,
First served.
yeah.
Okay, first come, first served basis. Period. Sorry, did you still need to?
There's another rental in there.
Okay, I was coming up here under, okay, so,
Two or with? Oh, okay.
Totally get to it.
okay, so does that make sense?
Pretty good.
So are approved on a first come, first served basis and in accordance to the category under which the group qualifies. Because,
Yeah,
That's
it's-
good.
okay,
Yep.
Very
good with
clean.
that.
all facility rentals,
Facility
Uses. Or all, so, yeah. Uses. All facility use.
Rentals, all facility use.
Use or uses?
well,
Is it, you're saying
Facility
all,
use
so it's
agreements.
facility use.
that's what, I mean, is this something they're uploading with their agreement?
Yeah,
Mhm.
cause it would be prior to approval.
Yeah.
Agreements must include practice and game event schedules prior to approval, plus rosters, correct?
Yeah. So it must include rosters, comma, practice, and game event schedules prior to approval. Yeah. Do you just wanna say groups may apply for the gym and field?
Well, so
I
let's see
guess
what
we
the
don't need to-
intention of the
yeah.
paragraph is. So seasonal rentals, okay, may apply for gym or field, no, it's not seasonal, okay. All applications must be renewed annually. Seasonal applications will be accepted on the opening date of the first business day following the opening date. Okay. All seasonal rentals must include practice and game, okay? Acceptance of applicants will end on the closing date or on the first business day following what? So what's the intention of this paragraph? So we are under
If you
the
look at
timeline.
the table.
So the table,
There's a
so
table
Oh,
the
there we
fall
go.
season and winter
Oh.
season.
Okay, so.
And this has to do with our MOU with the city.
Okay.
Because they get to, they get first, we had to put a deadline on it, because otherwise it was open-ended, and we needed them to, cause they book a bunch of
Have their
spaces,
final
and we
schedules
need them
in.
to say, we need your final schedule by this point, so we can book all of these other groups.
Mhm.
And so that's really what this is kind of pointing to, is we need Parks and Rec to have a firm timeline, so that we can book the rest of it.
Yeah. Do they meet the timeline?
Yes, they're very good about, now that we have it kind of outlined, they're.
Now that it's a requirement.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're great about it.
Good.
And then that way they're not booking like 7 fields and using 4 of them, and then we have people
Yeah.
upset because they tried to book that and we
Nobody
didn't.
was there.
Yeah.
I would call
Yeah.
them sports seasons rather than seasonal, just so it's not misconstrued as, even
Yeah.
though it is primarily,
It's mainly sports season.
but it's sports season.
I mean, we do in the table
And it
call it
does
a
say
sports
sports
season.
season, yeah.
Cause that's really what that's what it's applicable to.
All the other
Sports
groups
season-
typically meet year round.
Sports season
Mhm.
facility use. Oops, sorry, strike that.
Sports season.
Sports.
Sports.
Okay. Did we, okay, no, that's just, okay, so. Okay. Perfect. So sports season, all facility use agreements must be renewed annually. Looky there. Oh, looky there. Seasonal facility. Facility use agreements will be accepted on the opening date for the first business day following the opening date.
Listed below. Okay, listed below. Or on the table below.
Let's do, first business day following,
Under rosters, practice
So,
schedules.
yeah, that, it's
and
not quite,
game.
it's rosters, practice schedules, game or event schedules must be submitted
Yeah.
prior
Yeah.
to,
okay.
just the, event schedules must be submitted prior to.
Well, we had all seasonal rentals must include this, prior to
Right,
approval.
we struck that out, so.
Right.
So it just needs
But
to say must
it-
be submitted
in-
prior to approval.
In that.
Oh,
It's
got
just
you,
an
yeah,
okay.
it's
incomplete
not.
sentence. as
And
opposed-
should we refer to the table below in the business day following the opening dates listed, because it's more than one date listed there as an opening date. Or the first business day following the opening dates listed below in the chart. So there's no, it's like, what dates are you talking about? 'Cause not everybody looks all the way.
I think we can just say listed below.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, sports season, months, open, close, approval, okay. All, These agreements are held until the seasonal close deadline and then scheduled in the following, okay, so this is seasonal.
So then that, see, this is where I feel like the words are getting a little mixed, cause when they're in the, still, it's not an application anymore, but should that be seasonal facility use requests
Oh,
are
yeah.
held
Yeah.
Mhm.
instead of, cause it's not an agreement until it's been,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good point.
Are held until the closing deadline and then scheduled in the following order. Okay, priority for facility use. Sports have priority over outdoor sportsman scheduling indoor facility. All,
There's no section.
and all factors, no there isn't, are essentially equal. The district may use a lottery to determine priority. Okay, so priority for facility use is by,
Categories.
yeah.
Or say.
Fee categories.
Fee and non-fee categories.
Non-fee categories. Thank you for correcting my spelling. Traditional indoor sports, do we have untraditional indoor sports?
Conditioning for off-season sports.
Mhm.
mm,
Baseball.
But
Not
conditioning
softball.
isn't a sport.
Well, softball.
Softball.
Because
comes
that,
in
Softball.
over
that
the
happens
winter.
quite a bit, that like during the basketball season, somebody will submit a request.
For
Somebody would
softball.
submit a request for like softball conditioning in the same
Okay.
gym.
Okay.
But
And
it's
then
their
we have
off-season.
special rules, cause they have to use the softballs and
Mhm.
the actual hardballs and all sorts of stuff.
I didn't mean to use you as an
No,
example there,
that's
so I
fine.
know this has come up.
Okay, but I guess like conditional practicing for an outdoor sport, how does that then make it an indoor sport, is what I'm questioning, I guess. Because I know like the girls' soccer team would always have, you know, indoor soccer play, just
Mhm.
conditioning, whatnot. But it wasn't, I mean, soccer is a sport, but we all know soccer is for high school, it's a fall sport.
Mhm.
So in the wet seasons, they're just in the gym dinking around with
Right,
the ball.
so the
So
way
that's
that-
not a traditional sport though.
Right, the way that I interpret this is basketball gets
Mhm.
priority over softball asking to use an indoor space.
Right,
During-
because
especially during
because
basketball.
basketball is an indoor sport,
Right.
softball
So
is
we could
not.
say
Same.
sports that are traditionally played indoors.
I guess what I'm trying to understand is why do we have to have the word traditional? Because indoor sports are specific to being in an indoor
Yeah.
arena.
Fair.
Correct?
I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Right.
I think sometimes we get so caught up in,
Yeah.
Tony, what do you
this
think?
just carried over from,
Yeah.
I mean, do you see renting the gym for conditioning for softball as classifying now softball as an indoor sport?
No.
Okay. That's just what I was trying to get at, because I get why other, sports groups wanna come inside, cause they can't play
Mhm.
outside. But they're not an indoor sport, so they're dequalified simply because of that, I would think, in my mind, I mean.
Or not given priority.
Correct.
Yeah.
Prior over outdoor sports when scheduling an indoor facility, makes sense. If all factors are essentially equal, the district may use a lottery to determine priority. Seasonal rentals may be scheduled after the application window if space is available. Did it again.
Just start with the F.
There we go. Now, yeah, will that make it red? Yay. Oopsies. May be scheduled after the application window if space is available. These requests will be considered on a first come, first served basis. Fair enough.
We use served, go up above, we should use served again. First served.
Gotcha. Exceptions and proper conduct. I think that should be two different categories. Alright, so alcoholic beverages, tobacco, narcotics, and other dangerous or illegal drugs shall not be permitted in district or school facilities or on district or school property at any time. Users shall not alter any facility. School property, facilities, and equipment will be used in a careful and prudent manner so as to prevent any loss, defacement, or damage to them. Good order and discipline will be maintained, and all facilities shall be returned to their original condition upon completion of use. Use of school equipment in conjunction with the use of school facilities must be specifically requested in writing and may be granted by the procedure by which the permission to use facilities is granted. Now we're getting all hoity-toity. The user of school equipment must accept liability for any damage to or loss of such equipment that occurs while in its use. No item or equipment may be used except by a qualified operator. Second grade boys are not qualified operators of basketball, I'm just saying.
I was thinking about the seniors against computers.
You know, exactly.
Well,
Somebody's gonna
they
need to get
should
it
be
right.
using any of our computers
right.
while they're, yeah, they would.
No district equipment shall be removed from district premises unless expressly authorized in writing. The district makes no warranty regarding the condition or suitability of any equipment provided. All equipment used must be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected by the user. Good luck with that. No concessions or other items. I've just seen what some of these kids do when they find balls in the gymnasiums. Nobody's cleaning those. No concessions or other items will be sold in or on school property or facilities unless approved in writing. Gambling is prohibited. Bingo and raffle exception. Non-profit organizations, charitable organizations, and properly licensed bingo and or raffles utilized for fundraising.
That's a great caveat.
Okay,
Like bingo.
I don't like the way this is reading, it's like not, where's the?
Bingo is considered
I
gambling.
don't make it go in, maybe the tabby thing? Nope, that's not what I wanted.
You want a sub?
I do, I wanted to.
Well, there was one in there that you just flashed at,
Well, yeah,
Can
but
you- but then
it,
it doesn't do it.
You can always adjust the ruler at the top of the page.
Just for
So,
that paragraph.
yeah, if your cursor is at
Okay.
the beginning of bingo,
alright.
There you go.
yeah.
Were you okay
Go around it.
Were you okay with the purple language up above? Do we need to change it to red?
Oh, I'm just,
Okay.
and, well, this is a lot, I guess we should not get ahead of ourselves. Alright, so the first paragraph, nothing, everything's fluid. Users shall not alter any facilities, school property, facilities, will be careful, will be used in a careful and prudent manner. What does that mean? I get what careful is, but what do we mean by prudent manner?
Well, there's another piece that talks about equipment use, and so I don't know if we need to necessarily, maybe we can combine the two. So
Are you
if
talking
we
about in
go-
here?
Yeah,
Okay.
Be safe would be,
right.
or just say in a safe manner.
So as,
Cause we have in there, the user of school equipment must accept liability for any damage or loss of such equipment that occurs when in use. No,
Oopsies, that's not what I
no
wanted.
item of equipment may be used except by a qualified operator. So I mean, feel like we could almost combine those two.
well, okay, so good order and discipline will be maintained and all facilities shall be returned to their original condition upon completion of use. Okay. Good order and discipline, what does that mean? What are we doing?
Behavior solved in the facility. That's the old language in there, so I don't know if we wanna reword
Not
that.
jumping off the,
Okay.
But I just
you're
like-
jumping off the
Because
stage.
I'm thinking that it all might be
In the
in
gym.
here as
Right.
well, but I don't know. So use of school equipment in conjunction with the use of school facilities must be specifically requested in writing and may be granted by the procedure by which permission to use the facilities is granted. The user of school equipment must accept liability for any damage to or loss of such equipment that occurs while it is in use. That occurs while it is in use.
That occurs during use of the facility or of the equipment.
Well, okay, this use of of school equipment must be, the user of school equipment must accept liability for any damage to or loss of such equipment that occurs, period. Because,
Maybe that should be tagged on to the first yellowed one.
okay,
Just tag that sentence on to school properties, fish, blah, blah, the basement or damage to them. The use of the equipment, or no, excuse me, where were we at?
where am I?
The user of the school equipment must accept liability, is that, but we just
Yeah.
talked about facilities, never mind.
No, that's okay, but I just.
We moved to equipment, I was still, the other is facilities.
So, what I'm doing is I'm breaking out this paragraph into
Mhm.
just bullet points,
Yeah.
just to try and help it make better sense of what we're trying to say. Alright,
Maybe a
now-
better way of saying equipment must be,
How about this? School property, facilities, and equipment shall be used responsibly to prevent loss, defacement, or damage, and all facilities shall be maintained in good order and returned to their original condition upon completion of use.
perfect,
We just can combine those two and be done with it.
Nice.
okay,
Do you want me to type that in there real quick?
please.
Okay.
Shall be removed from district premises unless expressly writing. District makes no warranty regarding the condition or suitability of any equipment provided.
Do you want it like that? Or I think I have it just.
Alright, so, school property, facilities, and equipment shall be used responsibly to prevent loss, defacement, or damage, and all facilities shall be maintained in good order and returned to their original condition upon completion of use.
And then we can just get rid of those.
strike those two.
Okay. Like,
Thanks.
just trying to make it easy.
No, thank you.
That's
So
perfect.
use of school equipment in conjunction with the use of school facilities must be specifically requested in writing and may be granted by the procedure by which the permission to use facilities is granted.
So that's typically when they're doing, the facility use reservation process, they're indicating if they need specific equipment in that. So it's approved through that process.
That just seems like a lot of words to say, we might let you do it. The user of school equipment must accept liability for any damage to or loss of equipment that occurs. Okay. No item of equipment may be used except by a qualified operator. Okay, what are, I mean, I get
So,
like a sound system
We don't
or
let
whatnot.
people usually rent the sound systems.
Okay, what do we let them rent?
Sometimes it's like an AV cord or an HDMI cable or something like that for their own stuff, but, or a projector or something
Projector
like
is
that.
common.
We generally do not let them touch, like, I'm thinking of Lakeland High School Commons, they don't get access to the
The video board or
the video
sound
board or
system
any
or
of that
music,
stuff.
yeah.
Just because we
Or-
need that stuff in good working
So
Or
order.
if they do, it might incur an additional fee for us,
Yeah.
Right.
for an
Yeah.
Right.
operator fee.
Yeah.
So then where, like if I needed to use a projector, which I didn't even know they still use those.
Oh yeah, in every classroom.
Okay, how would I be certified?
It's usually we make sure that you know how to turn it on, or we have someone available to show you how to do it. So.
Okay. Oh, qualified, sorry, I was saying certified. Okay.
Just qualified.
You have to bring your certificate.
I'm
and
like,
copy of
am I
that.
gonna?
Typically if someone's requesting that, they know how to, but it's them attaching themselves to the thing. We're not letting them necessarily use the district computer for that.
Okay. Cause all I'm thinking about is like basketballs.
Yeah.
Just cause I've seen the little people when the schools keep their little rack of balls and then, or the door's not locked and they're like, woohoo!
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so that's all I'm
And
thinking
I
about.
know
Or-
Kelsey with volleyballs, she has the same problem that the door
Yep.
gets left open and then all of
Yep.
a sudden all of her volleyballs are out in
Mhm.
the gym.
They're
just
everywhere.
this.
Yeah, or like volleyball nets or
Yeah.
basketball hoops, like those, that's equipment that can be
But
moved
I'm
and is
also
heavy.
thinking
and-
of the concessions at Lakeland High School.
Mm.
There's certain machines in there and stuff like that. That's
Mhm.
all part of potentially a rental if someone wants to run concessions that weekend and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
there's a laundry list of
Okay.
equipment that could be potentially used.
Okay.
Mhm.
No district equipment shall be removed from district premises unless expressly authorized in writing. The district makes no warranty regarding the condition or suitability of any equipment provided. All equipment used must be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected by the user. No concessions or other items will be sold in or on school property or facilities unless approved in writing. Gambling is prohibited. Bingo and raffle exceptions.
Do you need the semicolons and the ands?
Yeah.
Do you want, sorry, I keep asking, do we wanna go back up and if we're good with the purple writing, do you wanna make it red?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. It's just writing that I've added, so I just wanna make sure that.
No, and I appreciate that. That's why I left it in purple.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll go back through it. And, so the use of district facilities shall not be granted. I think that's what was driving me crazy, is we have gambling prohibited, but then we have exceptions to these, and then we're identifying these.
Mhm.
But it just seemed like there was a word or two missing. But that's just a me brain. The use of the district facilities shall not be granted to any individual or organization if the individual or organization will be using the building, grounds, or facilities for or to promote illegal activities.
For sure.
Has to be said.
The requesting organization or individual shall provide supervision to ensure proper care and use of district facilities. At least one district employee shall be on duty at the expense of the user when required by the superintendent or designee based on factors, including but not limited to, based on following factors, including but not limited to. I'd like to do that as well. Let's just move it in. Size of group. The size of the activity, use of gymnasiums or kitchens, events involving minors or risk to the district. Correct? Activity.
I mean, they're kind of separate items.
Alright, no person shall be in any part of a building that has not been reserved. Minors must be supervised at all times. Video monitoring occurs and will be utilized to monitor misuse and assess damages to the requesting organization or individual.
So just letting them know we have cameras in the building and we will check them.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So is that falling under risks?
It should fall under risk to the district.
Okay, so we need to.
It's kind of a separate thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe have those asterisked or bolded.
Yeah. It's the funky formatting with,
Mhm.
I almost wanna take this document and retake the whole thing cause I can't handle how the formatting is.
Actually,
Is that the last of it?
no,
Okay.
there's a little bit more.
There's
But
a
that
lot
almost-
more.
Oh my
Okay.
There's a lot. This is a long policy, guys.
Okay.
We're not gonna get through it in 10 minutes. That just
It's a
really
long policy.
sucks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 3-meeting policy.
Which is not, this is, we just did this one too, not too long ago.
I know.
So I'm like, oh.
We did. Since we're here, I'll just do that right now.
Oh yeah, good catch.
I'll go back and do the rest.
Okay.
No posters, banners, or other, honestly, to clean this up, you just go in and you click undo formatting
And then
reformat it.
Clean.
And I say you, meaning you, but we can have them.
I'll do whatever you need me to, but I will just tell you.
Jess, I
Google-
think you just got some homework.
Google Docs is my,
I hate
Google
Google.
Docs. If
I
I could do
hate
this in
Google
Word
Docs.
and upload it, I would be very happy.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you.
Forgive me.
So,
I can't do it.
Michelle, I'm gonna steal that line. And by you, I mean you.
There we go. No posters, banners, or other signage may be attached to the walls, doors, or windows unless the attachment does not damage. Does no damage. Such items must be removed following the event, and the facility must be returned to its previous condition. Decorations such as balloons, confetti, streamers, silly string, glitter, and the like shall require approval prior to being used in any facility. Such decorations must be removed following the event, and the facility must be returned to its previous condition. The district may deny or restrict decorations that create excessive cleanup, pose safety, hazards, or risk damage to facilities or equipment.
I just want it very clear.
I hear you.
Get to deny.
Yeah, I'm just, I just think,
Just all decorations must be
yeah,
removed.
that's what I was thinking, it's like all decorations regardless
Or
of
just
what
say
it
decor-
is.
Just say straight up, decorations must be removed.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just
make it
don't
just
need all.
decorations, but all decorations must be removed, regardless of what they use. Users shall not post any materials to walls, ceilings, floors, fences, etc. unless the district has approved the materials in advance of the use. No signage other than that used for directional purposes may be used. Directional signage must be put up before and taken down after the event and is limited to the same day as the event. Didn't we just say that up here? No posters, banners, okay, so no poster, okay, so.
But they're saying that it can be anything, not offensive necessarily, but.
No, I get it, but I feel like we're saying the same thing, but one is little, one is big.
But one is saying it required, whatever signage and posters you put up requires approval in the second statement.
Okay, but then shouldn't that go
Can that be included in
before?
the first one?
There are some of these that are redundant, cause I'm looking at
It's
this
kind of,
where it
it's
says.
kind of redundant, so it's,
Yeah,
how can you
users are
combine them?
Yeah, users are expected to restrict their use and activities to the times and places requested approved in their application. We kind of already addressed that above, that they're not supposed to be in another part of the building that they haven't reserved.
Yeah.
So some of these are a little redundant.
Okay.
I mean, we say that no access to other rooms or equipment in the building shall be permitted unless designated. We have 3 different ways of saying, don't go in other places in the building.
Yeah.
Right, and this is all under exceptions and proper conduct.
Right.
No, it's expectations.
Oh, thank you, expectations. I'm tired.
There are very few exceptions.
Okay,
No cause damage, things must be approved.
well, okay, so users shall not post any materials to walls, ceilings, floors, fences, unless the district approves the materials in advance of the use. No signage other than that used for directional purposes may be used. Directional signage must be put up. So these,
They're all speaking to signage, but in different ways. Don't damage the walls. Don't put up anything offensive. And tell us what you're going to put up before you put it up.
Yeah, in a way, it's almost contradicting too, cause one just says flat out, there's no signage other than directional. But then the next one is like, oh, but you can have signage, we just wanna make sure it doesn't do damage.
oh, I get what
And-
you're saying,
and
yeah,
it's
you're right.
moved, yeah.
As if, you know, a poster, a banner is not signage.
Mm-hmm.
But what is signage? Is signage just directional stuff?
But then
What-
what's like, if
Yeah.
it's,
Exactly.
yeah. I think we're just.
Signage.
Materials used to inform.
For directional
In-
purposes
informational-
may be used.
Yeah.
And must be put up before and taken down after the event.
Of course, it must be put up before the event, but that seems like, I see must be taken down.
What is the purpose of that, and is limited to the same day as the event? Cause we have to, if we have to put it up before,
What, exactly, so I'm saying, of course they're putting it up before. How much before, I think is probably what
Well,
that statement
we
is
don't
trying
want
to
it up.
cover.
right,
Like if an event's on Friday, you don't want them coming out
Yeah.
on Wednesday,
Wednesday
putting up
and
a
setting
bunch
it
of
up,
signs to
yeah.
advertise it.
Yeah, so
It would almost
it's
be better
not
to
put in the
keep-
correct order.
It would almost be
Um,
better to keep what was just stricken, like signage must be limited to the same day as the event.
Yeah, just say, must be,
Yeah, and then the rest of it
Limited,
could go
yeah.
away.
The rest of it could
Must be-
go.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then must be taken down.
yeah.
so you're saying must be limited to the same day as the event?
Mm-hmm. Or placement of signage must be limited to the same day as the event.
Used.
That way they're not coming in and putting up a whole bunch of
Mhm.
signs.
Mhm.
Or the expectation that they can come in and put a whole bunch of signs up. Cause if they wanna do it Friday night, we need to rent the facility for Friday night.
Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'd be wanting to come in and use the facility to set up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, signage for commercial purpose. Removed. And removed after the event. There you go, bench, limited, strike.
Oh. Okay, so signage for directional purposes may be used on the same day of the event and must be removed immediately after the event, period.
Period.
I don't know if I struck it out or not. Oh, where's semicolon? Okay.
Yes. That's better.
Now, users shall not post any materials to wall ceilings, okay, all those places unless the district's approved materials in advance of the use and the material will not damage,
Facilities.
okay, so then
The
this,
brackets be struck,
yeah,
that's how it's covered.
although. That seems to be the theme.
Or may only be. The chairs may only be put up.
On the day of and removed immediately after the event. I don't think I have to say event twice. Do you think I do? Alright, so maybe use on the same day of and removed immediately after the event. Okay. So decorations, require approval. Okay, all decorations must be removed following the event, and the facilities must be returned to its previous condition. Okay. The district may deny or restrict decorations that create excessive cleanup. Okay, users are expected to restrict their use and activities to the times and places requested.
So we say that 3 different times. So up in the bolded part, we say, no person shall be in any part of the building that has not been reserved. And then if you go down, we say users are expected to restrict their use and activities to the times and places requested approved in their application for use. And then the very bottom one, no access to other rooms or equipment in the building shall be permitted unless designated by agreement. So we say the same thing 3 times.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
it's
you
very
for
clear.
Yep.
The bolded, yeah, the bolded brings it out.
So I don't know that we necessarily need to restate that
I don't
many
think
times.
So, do you think we should strike any of it? I mean, is that why you're pointing it out?
I
Okay.
think that, I think if we can do the bolded one up above to say, kinda combine that no person shall be in any part of the building that has not been reserved, and access must be limited to the time reserved, like something along those lines.
Mhm.
Or
Then
you
it
could
kinda-
strike that bolded one and keep
Yeah,
the
we
one
can strike the
below
bolded
that's
one.
already
Mhm.
complete.
And we do have that minor, and we do have a statement about minors, but it's just whether or not the district's providing supervision on it. So we can maybe incorporate that somewhere, but.
Okay.
Is that bolded like that just cause the weird
It
formatting?
was part of the previous statement up there,
Okay.
which did include the risk to the district. That was new language. So as part of this previous statement, cause it says the number of paid employees shall depend on the type of service numbers to be served and number of volunteer helpers, and then I kinda had that as a, kind of an aside to the number of paid employees.
Hmm.
Okay, policy committee's over.